Hi, Ben Hale here today with Aesthetic Ecosystems. I wanted to share with you a great resource that I recently read and wanted to pass it along in case you are also interested. The book is called Natural Garden Style. It's by Noel Kingsbury. The subtitle is Gardening Inspired by Nature. I think this is a great resource whether you're a homeowner or a designer. It's great just from an inspirational standpoint of looking at new designs, different designs that are nature inspired, or also how to design them. So it doesn't get so much into technical details of implementing designs or anything like that. It more talks about the different aesthetics of a design, what inspires it, how it's structured, that sort of thing. So then you can take it and figure out what plantings you want to do, whether it's for form or function, and take it from there. So I wanted to get into what the book's about so you can make an informed decision on your own whether or not you think this is a great book. Again, personally, I think it's a great resource. I want to say that it focuses more on the aesthetic side of things as opposed to the ecosystem or ecological side of things. So what it does is it takes nature as an inspirational element, and then it says, okay, what are the inspiring or attractive pieces in nature, and how do we form a garden to mimic that in a certain way where it has aesthetic value for the individual. The book's broken out into several parts based on biome or ecosystem, and I wanted to point out it's full of these great pictures, high resolution pictures that show you really what the design looks like on a large scale, and because they're such large pictures, it gives you great detail, and I really liked that actually. So that was good. The first section talks about meadows, so the European meadow and kind of how it came about, what its appeal is, and then how you can implement that into your garden. So again, just full of pictures. Obviously, there's text to accompany it as well, all very pertinent. So I thought this book was great, down-to-earth details, and great examples of each design that he was talking about. He then goes into prairies, so the American prairie, what the big expansive prairie of the Midwest, how it's different from the meadow, and also again going through design styles based on or inspired by the prairie, and also he goes into actually specific examples of plants and species as well. Of course, we wouldn't be complete with nature without the tree and woodland section, so that was focusing on the trees that are there, obviously, but also the understory and how you can design that to have an aesthetic form. He goes into also talking about hardscape elements, whether it be structures such as benches, seats, that sort of thing, or hardscape elements such as bridges, stone pathways, that sort of thing, how to integrate them into your natural landscape so they don't stick out, which I thought was really great. He also then talks about integrating your garden into the wider landscape, which I thought was also very important. So again, you don't step from a woodland area into your garden, and it's a more subtle difference as opposed to a sudden difference. He wraps up the book with a section on what he calls sun and stone. So it focuses on dryland areas, which I thought was really great. So Mediterranean areas, Western United States, which is an area that hasn't been focused on as much in the design area from a natural inspiration perspective. And so I thought that was really great that he talks about using the natural setting from those areas and how to integrate it into a nice aesthetic value garden. Last of all, he talks about resources, whether it be places you can visit or other books you can check out as well. So I thought that was great that he includes that at the end. After showing you all these great examples, he shows you where else you can go to get more information on these areas. So you can actually visit different gardens that show these styles, as well as read further books. So again, Natural Garden Style, Noel Kingsbury, highly recommend it. And yeah, good luck designing.